everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Taylor Tommila and this is Hondadash Films. Today I'm going to have a special treat for you. It's going to be a three-part series. I'm going to be interviewing the band members from Mind Palace, the band I've been recording these past few months to help the fans to get to know them better as individuals as rather than a whole. So let's get to that. So, welcome to the channel today, Wilhow Tommila and Steve Aubrey. Wilhow Tommila is the lead guitarist for Mind Palace, also a backup vocalist, and Steve Aubrey is actually the newest addition to the band. I'm going to ask you guys some questions today, get to know you a little bit better. Okay, so the questions we're going to be asking you guys today are going to be personal, but not really much personal. Just going to be to know you guys a lot more better than people as to see you guys on stage. So the first question I have for is when and why did you guys start to play?
When and why did I start playing? I started playing at 16. And why did I start playing?
Yes.
I started playing because I had the music in me.
I started in 1975 when I was 9, and my sister was a drummer before me, and drums were in the house, and I just went into her room and started playing them and got the bug.
Which instrument do you guys play?
What instruments do I play? I play a Gibson, brand new 2017, and basically I play a little key, a little bit. He doesn't know, but I used to play a little bit of key in the other bands I was in. But mainly, basically the guitar.
Yeah, I play a set of 80s Yamaha Tour Series drums, Ludwig Blackmagic snare drum, and a combination of Zildjian, Paiste, and Sabian cymbals.
What was the first song or tune you learned first?
Oh man, what was it? Little Black Egg. Remember Little Black Egg? Ding 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 ding. Dear, dear mother, what can I do with a little black egg? I don't even remember. There's a little tube thing there. And House of Rising Sun was the first actually chord songs that I used to play.
It's the same one I learned.
So it was not, and that was before. Dun 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 dun.
And you?
I think the first one I learned to play was Rock and Roll All Night and Party Every Day by Kiss.
Nice.
What famous musicians do you guys admire? Steve, why don't you go first?
Tons.
You could narrow it down.
I narrow it down. If I had to narrow down my favorite drummer, I'd have to say it's Steve Gadd. He's a session guy. Played 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover by Paul Simon. Many iconic tracks. More drummers would be like John Bonham, Ian Pace, Cozy Powell.
Is it same for you?
Mine is probably Jimmy Page. Led Zeppelin. Probably the biggest influence for it. Steppenwolf kind of was an influence for me too. I like to listen to Steppenwolf.
Were you self-taught or did you guys have a teacher?
I've had a few teachers over the years. I learned how to read music a bit. The physical study stuff came from that. But there's also rehearsing in your mind as well, which is, I watch a lot of music, concert DVDs, and watch a lot of drummers play and pick up things that way as well.
So I started out, I self-taught, taught myself how to play, and I started out on a solo acoustic. It was probably about this big. The strings were probably this far off the neck, and where I lived at, trying to get strings was very, very hard to get. So if I busted a string, and I recall this big time, I busted a string back then when baby diapers actually had pins, and I had to take a pin, put my E string wrapped it around there, and I had to shove it through the post and sit there and manhandle this thing until I got it up to where I needed to go. So for a long time, when I learned how to play guitar, I was learning how to play guitar by pulling down on the strings and not flowing, which is not a good thing for somebody trying to learn how to play the guitar. It's got to be nice and smooth and stuff, but that's kind of where I came from.
Was there any adversity due to your guys' age, obviously because you guys have gone that far already, that people kind of didn't seem like the idea of you being a musician? Or was there some kind of resistance in your family saying that you didn't want you to be a musician? Because back in those days, the music that you guys did play was considered at the time to be controversial. Kiss, you mentioned Kiss earlier. Those guys were hated by most of the Christian community back in the day, in the 70s, you know.
Yeah,
So,
Kings and Satan service.
yeah, Knights of Satan service is what they say it's called. But, I mean,
Knights
back in
of
those days, did you guys encounter any adversity due to your music choices?
When I was growing up, it was really, really tough. My dad was a country western, Patsy Cline, Buck Owens. Not, you know, it was all country. So when I went over on the other side, I guess the dark side, with Led Zeppelin and Scorpions and that kind of stuff, but it was kind of, you know, I mean, that generation was set in their ways as to what they were listening to, just like we're set in our ways of what music that we like and how it rolls around. You know, some people like rap, some people like this and everything like that. So that when I presented when I'm sitting there playing or something like that, then I was, I brought out of the bedroom to try to play in front of his friends, but I did it, and it was good. It was a good thing. It built character for me, and it made me stronger, and made me more consistent on saying, hey, this is something that I need to master because I love doing this. This is something that I want to do with my life.
Yeah, and the same thing for you?
I was the opposite. My family, we were Satanists, and they made me listen to all this dark music, and they took my Lawrence Welk records away from me and my Tennessee Ernie Ford records, and they forced me to wear spandex. And no, actually, I never had, never had any adversity. They were, except that my mom would always say, "Be sure you do something to fall back on," and I did.
But
So I pick at people's teeth all day. Yeah.
What was the best show you remember, and with what band? And why don't you go first, Will?
it'd have to be with probably Saber in '84. Saber up here. We've opened up for I think Rail out of Seattle. We opened for Metal Church and stuff like that, and so that definitely probably the best thing for as far as having fun on stage and everything, and actually getting to play my own stuff, the originals. That was awesome.
And
Good
you,
feeling.
Steve?
I would say the Vibrasonics, which was a surf rockabilly blues band. We played at the White Eagle, McMenamin's White Eagle, and I know that's a small club, but it was packed, and it was just a phenomenal night, and we just rocked the place. It was a great night.
Do you get nervous before a show? Will?
Absolutely, I do. It's like a football game until I get hit and I'm done. But yeah, first note for me or getting up there and trying to do it is kind of nerve-wracking, but once you get into it, it's just, it feels good. Everything comes together.
If I haven't done one in a long time, and it's like the first one in a long time, I might get a little bit nervous, but, you know, once we're into the show, you know, the butterflies go away, so.
How do you guys handle the mistakes that you make on stage, if you make them?
Very carefully.
Try not to show them in your face.
Try to let
You know, just let it go and just let it go and just keep moving forward.
How do you balance, or how do you try to balance family, job, band, and goals?
Oh, that's a good question. Being a musician is tough. There's no question about it. There's sacrifices that have to be done. I guess it's your spouse. I guess it's who you're with, your family. I guess the support from them. That's the biggest thing right there. You already know what you want to do, but it's up to them. And if they support you, that's the most important thing. That helps.
It takes a lot of tolerance.
It takes
on
a
their
lot
part.
of tolerance on their part. So it's family.
What advice do you guys have for young people out there that are trying to be musicians or want to be musicians?
Advice to young people: take lots of drugs. No, I'm kidding.
Drink a lot.
I would just say learn. If you love playing your instrument, learn as much technique as you can, and then forget about it and just play music.
And as far as the guitar is, find out what you like doing. I mean, that's the most important, not what other people want you to play. Find out what you enjoy playing, because if you enjoy playing or singing or doing whatever you're doing, you're going to do a much better job at it than having to come in and play something that just to get into a band, you're going to sacrifice yourself to try to please other people when you're not actually pleasing yourself. And absolutely, probably the most important thing is practice, 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 and don't get discouraged. It'll come. If you don't think it's going to happen, it'll happen. Just stay on the road. Don't give up. You're going to make mistakes.
I will say, when I was younger, I did, I always wanted to be like the drummer in Yes and King Crimson in Genesis, and all my, peers wanted to be in Judas Priest. There's nothing wrong with that, but I was probably about 10 years out of date with the prog rock thing. But so the point I'm making is I had to play music that was not necessarily what I wanted to do, but it gave me the opportunities to go out and do things I wouldn't have otherwise got to do, like playing blues. I played in clubs a whole lot, which gave me a lot of experience, and I even played in a country band that got signed, and we did touring and did CDs and the whole bit. So, you should absolutely, you're right, do what you want to do, but don't,
Well, and set goals for yourself.
cut off any opportunities that you might have that you might not otherwise
Right,
have.
set goals for yourself. Like Saber, I wanted to do originals. I wanted to get to a certain part. I wanted our originals to be played on the radio. That's what the goal was. That happened. There's not another feeling like sitting in your car going down the road with your song playing on the radio that thousands of other people are playing too. Set a goal for yourself and try to make it happen. So.
And final question, and then I'll let you guys get out of here. And what are your plans for the future for yourself or for your band?
Plans for the future is to have fun and do this until the day I die. Or get hit by a drumstick in the back of my head.
Only when I miss one.
I guess it's till the day I die.
Well, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to sit here and let me ask these questions. And I'm sure your fans appreciate it too. Now they know a lot more about yourselves. And who knows, maybe as a band, you guys learn more about each other as well. So thank you very much for letting me be here.
Thank you, Taylor, for your
Thanks.
interview.
That's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching my channel and watching this video. If you have any more questions or concerns or want to know how to hire these guys for a show, go ahead and click on the link description below to their Facebook. I'm also working on their website and to include new media and new pictures and upcoming shows for the calendar on there as well. So thank you very much. I'm Taylor Tommila, and as always, thank you very much for tuning in, and please subscribe to my channel and click the little notification thing. Alright, have fun bashing and crashing.
Hey, thanks for taking a peek at our video. We appreciate everything that you guys do for us when we're out there on stage. Looking forward to seeing you out there. We've got 2 tribute bands, 1 REO and 1 Pat Benatar. So don't forget to subscribe below for anything we got coming up, right?
Exactly. Make sure you check out their Facebook too. I'll put the link in the description down below, and let you know when there are new shows in your area, and so you can come check them out. And as always, if you can't make their shows, we'll put the videos on YouTube for you to see.
Absolutely. And any, like you said, any comments or anything that you can do to help us out, we appreciate it. And we're looking forward to seeing you out there.